In my opinion, the reason why Frodo was using the name Underhill is because the name Baggins. What the name? Because of the name Baggins, obviously. Because the name Baggins. That's my theory, obviously. Just like in the movie, Gandalf was like, "You must leave the name of Baggins behind you. It's not safe in the parts of Bree and all." So hence why Frodo had to use a fake name. Whereas everyone else, Frodo gave them the real names. Whereas Frodo had to use what he had to use his what his a fake name, obviously. There now, said Mr. Butterbur, snapping his fingers. It's gone again, but it'll come back. When I have time to think, I'm run on my feet. I'll see what I can do for you. We don't often get a party out of the Shire nowadays, and I should be sorry not to make you welcome. But there's such a crowd away in the house tonight as there hasn't been for long enough. It never rains, but it pours, we say in Bree. Hi, Nob, he shouted. Where are you, you woolly-footed slow coach, Nob? Coming, sir, coming. A cherry-looking hobbit bobbed out of the door, and seeing the travelers, stopped short and stared at them with great interest. Where's Bob? Asked the landlord. You don't know. We'll find him. Double sharp. I haven't got 6 legs, nor 6 eyes, neither. Tell Bob there's 5 ponies that have to be stabled. He must find room somehow. Nob trotted off with a grin and a wink. 2 pages left and I am done here, okay? Gotta bear with me, fans, okay? Well, now what am I going to say, said Mr. Butterbur, tapping his forehead. One thing drives on another. So to speak, I'm that busy tonight, my head is going around. There's a party that came up the Greenway from the down south last night, and that was strange enough to begin with. Then there's a traveling company of dwarves going west into this evening. And now there's you. If you weren't hobbits, I doubt if we could house you. But we've got a room or two in the north wing that made special for hobbits. When this place was built, on the ground floor as I usually prefer, round windows and all as they like it. I hope you'll be comfortable. You'll be wanting supper, I don't doubt, as soon as they may be. This way now. He led them a short way down a passage and opened a door. Here is a nice little parlor, he said. I hope it will suit. Excuse me now. I am that busy. No time for talking. I must be trotting. It's hard work for 2 legs. If I don't get thinner, I'll go in again later. If you want anything, ring the handbell and Nob will come. If we don't come, ring and shall. So Nob is like the big the Hobbit, the other Hobbit, whatever it is, right, I believe. Give me a second. Yeah. Or no, I don't know, I could be wrong. Off he went at last and then left them feeling rather breathless. He seemed capable of an endless stream of talk, however busy he might be. They found themselves in a small and cozy room. There was a bit of bright fire burning on the hearth, and in front of it were some low and comfortable chairs. There was a round table, already spread with a white cloth, and on it was a large handbill. But Nob the Hobbit, yeah, Nob is the Hobbit, right? I am right. Cam bustling in long before. So Nob is the servant. He's kind of like the man, the caretaker, just like Job and Zanus is the caretaker for Eli, obviously, which is pretty cool. So Andy Serkis, who'll be playing Job in my movie, you're gonna see him as the caretaker in Eli's house, and he smokes a lot of weed. Obviously, he's perfect for the role because he has that weird laugh and all that stuff. I don't want him to. I don't want Andy Serkis to act like the way he played in Gollum. No, I'm like, look, man, be yourself, but please keep in mind for the role you're gonna be wearing a pipe. You're gonna be smoking your pipe a lot. Because Job is a pothead, obviously, and you're also Eli's caretaker. And Job isn't too bright either. He's not the smartest man out there. He's a little out there. You know what I'm saying, you'll see what I mean when you read the book, obviously. White cloth and on it was a large handbill, but Nob the Hobbit servant came bustling in long before they thought of ringing. He brought candles and a tray full of plates. Will you be wanting anything to drink, masters? He asked. And I shall show you the bedrooms while your supper is got ready. They were washed in the middle of a good deep mugs and of beer when Mr. Butterbur and Nob came in again. In the twinkling the table was laid. There was a hot soup, cold meats, and a blackberry tarts, new loaves, slabs of butter, and a half-ripe cheese. Right, a half-ripe cheese, good plain food, and good as a shire could show. One more page and I'm done here, guys. All right, and home-like, enough to dispel the last of Sam's misgivings, already much relieved by the excess of the beer. The landlord hovered round for a little, and then prepared to leave them. I don't know whether you would care to join the company when you have supped, he said. Standing at the door, perhaps you'd rather go to your beds. Still, the company will be very pleased to welcome you. If if you had a mind. We don't get outsiders, travelers from the Shire, I should say, begging your pardon often, and we like to hear a bit of news, or any story or song you may have in mind. But as you please, ring the bell if you lack anything. So refreshed and encouraged did they feel at the end of their supper, about 3/4 of an hour's steady going and not hinged by extra talk. That's Frodo, Pippin, and Sam decide to join the company, obviously. So Frodo and them just join the manager and the Hobbit servants for dinner and all that stuff, beer and food and all that stuff, right? The Hobbit and the Sam decide to join the company. Mary said it would be too stuffy. I shall sit here quietly by the fire for a bit, and perhaps go out later for a sniff of the air. Mind your P's and Q's, and don't forget that you are supposed to be escaping in secret, and are still on the high road and not very far from the Shire. All right, said Pippin, mind yourself, don't get lost, and don't forget that it's safer indoors. The company was in the big common room of the inn. The gathering was large and mixed, as Frodo discovered, but his eyes got used to the light. Again, this is not in the movie, by the way. This came chiefly from the blazing log fire. The 3 lamps hanging from the beams were dim and half veiled in smoke. Bartleman Buttermere was standing near the fire, talking to a couple of dwarves and 1 or 2 strange-looking men. So the dwarves are also in the inn too, and also men too. On the benches were various folk, men of Bree, a collection of local hobbits, also hobbits too, obviously, right? A few more dwarves and other vague figures difficult to make out away in the shadows and corners. As soon as the Shire hobbits entered, there was a chorus of welcome from the Bluelanders. The strangers, especially those that had come up the Greenway, stared at them curiously. And that ends my read-along for today, obviously. So pretty much for all of them, what? They arrive to the sign of the Prancing Pony. They meet what? The manager, Butterbur, whatever his name is. I forget his first name, Butterbur. They meet the Hobbit servant, Nod, whatever his name is. Obviously, and Frodo says we need rooms, and they okay, we have rooms for hobbits and all that stuff. And then they pretty much invite the hobbits for what? The hobbits get invited with the company for dinner, for beer and food and all that stuff. And within the company there were dwarves, men, you know what I'm saying, the other hobbits who were there too, which is not in the movie, by the way. And that pretty much ends what I've read so far. And eventually they end up meeting Aragorn, Strider, in the story. That's pretty much a very small brief. A very simple brief review of what I read so far. So to all you Lord of the Rings fans, you guys are happy. I read you the 4 pages. Obviously. And I know you guys like when I read Lord of the Rings too, because anything Ivan O'Mare is interesting, obviously. But I know you guys prefer when I babble on. Hence why I always want to get what? I'll get the Lord of the Rings read-along over with first. That way I can babble on for the remaining of the video. Now I have what? I have a good what? Hour and like I have to babble on, whatever it is. Which is good, obviously. Right? So I'm going to go back to what I said before. You guys made your choice. It's too late. You chose to cause a mess in my life because of your envy, obviously. That's why I'm proving how wicked and evil you guys really are, man. You guys, you know what? You guys, even though you guys were envious, you couldn't let go of your envy. You chose to what? You chose to be stupid. You somehow thought, this is your logic. Look, I'm going to ask you this question, Will. If you were God and you had a wife and you came to Earth and you didn't do anything wrong, obviously, and someone separated you and your wife for 30 years and caused mess in your life. So if someone, put yourself in my shoes. If someone caused mess in your life with your wife and caused mess in your wife's life and also killed you, locked the doors on you, knocked you out as a 4-year-old kid, obviously, and not talk, and sabotage a child, not talk with you in public eye, would you take the time to make rules for them? Oh, fuck that, I'd piece the fuck out. Yeah, man, you'd piece the fuck out. But when it comes to IMVJ, you guys don't understand because you guys are crazy people. You want your full... No, oh, man, even though we cause this mess in their life, we want our full cake because we want to see IMVJ's glory too. Yeah, man. I know you want to get your full cake, but I told you, when I was born, I trapped you with a choice. Either you see Ivan Vijay's glory forever and you're saved. You see that amazing glory and you're saved. But you're never going to know what it's like to have sex, obviously. So even though you're going to see our amazing glory and you're never going to know what it's like to have sex, you're going to have to put up with the fact that you're never going to know what it's like to have sex, obviously. Or so the price that you would have paid had what? The supposed price that you would have paid had you seen me and wife's glory and been saved is you would have never known what it's like for Ida V to have sex. That would have been the small, I don't know, if you want to call it a price because we turn you on so much, that would have been the small price you would have paid, which is nothing. But you're never going to know what it's like to see Ida VJ's bullshit sex. In other words, I gave you guys a warning, hey look man, the sex that you're getting from Ida VJ is worthless. It is rip-off sex. You're better off seeing our glory. Seeing our glory and being saved is worth more than this rip-off sex. I gave you guys that warning. I have the keys. And you still made the louder choice because you guys are reprobate, obviously. Rather than seeing what? Their rip-off sex and being left behind, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? In other words, what did you gain by causing this mess? What did you gain by causing this mess all because of your envy and seeing I and VJ's rip off sex? You didn't gain anything because you got ripped off sex, obviously, and you didn't gain anything pretty much. And now when I and VJ are king and queen are living a life, you're now left behind. What did you gain from this? Oh, we didn't get anything. We didn't really get anything because yeah, you let your devilly envy take over, obviously. And it's too late, man. You know what I'm saying? It's too late. You can't turn back time. You can't have I and VJ be born again. It's too late. You already made your choice. My wife is already infected. She cries every night. I have to what? I have to go through this horror. You have no idea the kind of pain and what? The kind of pain and what? Pain and mental anguish I'm going to go through knowing I have to die, man. Knowing you're going to die is a very, very horrific thought, man. It's a crushing, humiliating, it's a crushing, horrifying thought. I'm going to cry fucking heavy tears. I don't know, Ivan, in 2 weeks you're going to die. You put me through that horror and pain. You think after putting through that, I'm gonna take you sound my child. I'm gonna take my nightmare feels free. Because you guys are fucking crazy people, man. You're nothing but a mess in me like me, man. Yeah, man. Fucking crazy people, man. Yeah, man. But enough about me exposing you guys. I love exposing you guys because I want to expose you guys because I want to shut you guys up for good. Because you guys are nothing but a mess and you're wicked people, man. And I guarantee you guys think you're good people, man. Yeah, even after we caused this mess, we killed innocent man, we're somehow good people because you guys are, I told you, you guys are crazy psychopaths. I guarantee you guys somehow think you're good people when you're not good people. It was a saying, actions speak louder than words. You can say you're good all you want, but look at what you're doing to my wife. I'm proving how wicked and evil you are. You're not good. You're wicked people, obviously. If you were good, I tested you guys, man. If you guys were good, you would have let me and my wife be together regardless of your envy. And yet you didn't, obviously. You separated me and her for 30 years. And you purposely... It's one thing to separate me for 30 years. It's another thing to separate me and her for 30 years and also purposely cause mess in our lives and kill innocent man. You see what I'm saying here? Like, the purposely... I don't know, you guys really what? You know what I'm saying? If I purposely what? If I purposely like cause mess in someone else's life, I'd feel like shit, man. I would never do that to someone. Regardless of how envious I was, I would never do that. Even though it pisses me off they're together, man. Leave them alone. Like they deserve to be together. Don't damage their relationship because that's evil. You guys could have done the right thing, and yet you did the evil. You let your envy take over, and you had so many men go after my wife. You had my wife have sex with thousands of men. And you caused that mess. God knows what happened behind the scenes. I don't want to know. You're looking at a fucking horror show, obviously. And you also had the same thing happen with Ivan, obviously. Because you guys are what? You're morally wicked people, obviously. And you know I'm right. There's a saying in this world, actions speak louder than words. You can't say anything, man. I proved how wicked you are, man. Look at what you did to my wife. If you think you're good after doing that, and you guys are obviously crazy psychopaths, you are not good people. You're wicked people, obviously. You killed an innocent man, you caused mess in an innocent man's life. You didn't do anything wrong, all because you can't seem to have sex. When I told you, me and my wife's relationship is none of your fucking business, and you make it your fucking business when it's none of your fucking business, obviously. You make my relationship your business, all because you envy when it's none of your business. You somehow think you supposedly control my relationship. You don't control my relationship. That's why I'm not going to do it like that. I'm choosing death. You have no right to control my relationship. You're not fucking God. I'm not going to do it like that. You somehow think you have control of my relationship when you don't have control of my relationship. She's not your wife and I'm not your fucking husband. And I'm not going to fucking share. I'm not going to let you do it like that and have you have control of my relationship, have you have supposed control of my relationship and have me share. No. I'm choosing death. After I pay his fee, I am peace on my wife. And you're going to get what you fucking deserve, obviously. And you somehow think you have the right to have control over my relationship when you don't. She is not your wife and I'm not your husband. And you don't have control of my relationship. I know you guys think you have control of my relationship because you're crazy psychopaths, obviously. But you don't. Nobody gave you the right to have control of my relationship. The only reason why you think you have control of my relationship is because you're fucking envious and you're crazy people, obviously. But you have no right. You have no right to control my relationship and you don't have control of my relationship. There's no way to let you do it like that. Hence why I'm choosing death. And I'm not going to just do it like that. I'm going to be very strict when I say this. And hence why my wife is running away with me once I pay this fee. But she's gonna find out how rich her family is. VJ will find out how rich her family is. She's gonna find out how rich her stepsister is. I told you, VJ's stepsister has a multi-billion-dollar will in the bank. Because she's a daughter of the gatekeepers, she has a multi-billion-dollar will in the bank, man. She's fucking loaded, man. VJ will find out how rich her sister is. Holy shit, man. My sister's loaded. Yeah, man. VJ, your sister is loaded. They have to hide their wealth, obviously, to protect their wine, obviously, because they're crazy people. But her family's loaded, man. And my stepbrothers all have a multi-billion-dollar will in the bank, too. They're all loaded, man. But they have to hide their wealth, obviously. But once I make that announcement, I pay this fee, they're no longer going to hide their wealth anymore. I'm finally going to see some of their lavish life. I don't know, I see my stepbrother pulling up in his nice car. I see my stepfamily wearing their nice clothes. VJ might see her sisters, I don't know, her stepsisters' cars, nice ass fucking cars. And all sometimes me and her got played, obviously. Me and VJ got played. So even though VJ was rich, oh my god, you guys are the gatekeepers, you're fucking loaded. You could have easily paid for this house, and you had me pay the bills. Why? So you can cause mess in Ivan's life? Yeah, we have to have VJ be a porn star to purposely cause mess in Ivan's life, obviously. That's the only way we can cause mess in Ivan's life. The only way we can have VJ really cause mess in Ivan's life is if we have VJ have sex for a living, obviously. Which can easily the mess can easily happen if you're having sex with a bunch of men for a living. Shit can go down behind the scenes. The mess can easily happen because they're dogs, obviously. Just like with Ivan, how can we cause mess in VJ's life? We know Ivan will never have sex with another woman because he's willing to save virginity for his wife. We have to force him to what? To have sex with all of us so we can cause mess in VJ's life, obviously. As I'm going to be having sex with all these Hollywood celebrities, obviously. And shit can go down behind the scenes too. Yeah, I'm strong, obviously, but I told you, these Hollywood women are cats. I have to fight them off. Just like VJ had to fight the men off, the dogs off. I have to fight the what? I have to fight the cats, obviously. As Hollywood women are all cats. They're all fucking cats, man. Because that's the Hollywood life. That's how it works. See what I'm saying here? Yeah, man. Right? Yeah. Right? I told you, even though me and my wife are peacing out for good, we'll never make. When I say peacing out, I mean peacing out on the Salvador's channel. As you're gonna see me and my wife. Obviously, you're gonna see us behind the scenes with the docs and the movies and the trends. Obviously, the video trends and the pictures. But because we're not making any live videos, you're what? You feel left out and abandoned, and you get what you fucking deserve. Obviously, but my point is, me and my wife are peacing out for good on our Salvador channels. We're never making a live video on this stupid Salvador channel. I'm not going to do like that. I'm not going to go to my channel and see those 6 subscribers and 3 views and take my time and videos. I'm not going to do like that. The only way I'll ever make videos for you, world, is if you put my stats on. I want to see. Look, whenever I make the video, I want to see 1 billion views. I don't want to see that three views. No. The only way I'll ever take the time to make videos for you is if you put my stats on, man. You put my stats on and you talk about me in the public eye. That's the only way I would ever make videos for you. But you're not going to do that, obviously, because you're selfish. We didn't see Ivan have sex when he paid his fee. We can't see him have sex, so we're not going to talk about him. Okay, if you don't want to talk about me, when me and my wife are king and queen, you're left behind. I'm not going to do like that. We're kept behind the scenes. Hence, I set the whole thing up, obviously. Hence, you reap what you sow. You don't want to talk about me. You want to keep me behind the scenes as when I'm king, I'm kept behind the scenes, man. There's a saying, you reap what you sow. Yeah, you get what you deserve. You reap what you sow. You don't want to talk about me in the public eye. You want to keep my channel sabotaged and keep me behind the scenes and act like you don't watch my videos, and when secretly you watch my videos. And it's when I'm king, you're left out and you're not saved, obviously. I set the whole thing up, obviously. Yeah. Right? I told you, even though me and my wife we're piecing out, we're gonna live the life and left behind, I still wish you guys the absolute best in your future endeavors. I wish you the absolute best. I don't wish any harm upon you. I hope you guys all live a great life. You're gonna be miserable, obviously, because you're left behind. But I hope you guys live an amazing life for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I hope nothing bad happens to you. I seriously hope you guys live an amazing life, obviously. I hope you have an amazing relationship. I hope you have an amazing marriage. I hope you have amazing children. I wish you the best. I don't wish any harm upon you because I'm a good guy. And that's how you know I'm good. Even though you guys are wicked people, and I proved you guys are wicked people, I'm a genius, obviously, and you deserve to be left behind, you don't deserve to be saved. Even then, I still wish you guys the best, and I don't wish any harm upon you. So even though me and wife are king and queen, you're gonna be left behind. I still wish you the absolute best, obviously. See what I'm saying here? Right? I told you. Now I'm going to talk about enough about me exposing you guys. I think I've exposed you guys well enough. I'm going to now talk about Skysters, okay, as usual. As I know you guys love when I talk about Skysters, obviously. Right? So when I meet my wife, once I pay this fee and I cry my eyes out after coming from death, and I say my final 40 goodbyes in Elmer, and I await that check, and I'm experiencing that fame in my Isaiah's book. So yeah, I have a picture, it looks like crazy, obviously. And what? I'm going to tell VJ, look, I don't want you seeing me in Elmer. You have to wait. Because I know you don't listen to me. I'm going to tell VJ, look, man, I'm not kidding around. If you see me in Elmer, I'm going to be very upset. I don't want you, seeing me in Elmer. Wait until I get that check. I want you to see me when I'm rich. I don't want you to see me when I'm poor. Wait until I get the check, then I'll come and see you in Los Angeles. Then once I see you in Los Angeles, I don't know, I fly private to Los Angeles. I'm all ready to go. And I see VJ with her luggage. She's what? I see VJ with luggage. She's all ready to go and all stuff. People, when I meet her for the first time, people are going to take out their phones and take pictures. You look at something fucking crazy, man. And so when I see VJ for the first time after 30 years, yeah, peace out. There's a good chance people around me are going to take pictures. Oh my God, this is I and VJ meeting each other for the first time. They're going to take those pictures, man. And VJ's going to cry. I'm going to cry, obviously. VJ's definitely going to cry once she sees me, obviously. Because she's going to know what hell we both went through just to be together, man. Especially me suffering death and her seeing hell. VJ has been seeing hell for what? For like 2 decades? At the same time, VJ paid a price to be in Hollywood. The mess happened, obviously. The whole thing was set up for her, obviously. VJ, you know what I'm saying? VJ will know what? She will know what hell we both went through to be together, obviously. And that's how I know I'm actually doing like that, obviously. And once I meet her, we will settle in a nice suite in Los Angeles. We'll stay in Los Angeles for a good 2 days. Stay there for 2 days. I want to enjoy. I've never been to Los Angeles before, so I'll stay in Los Angeles for a good 2 days. We can stay at a top notch. I don't know. I don't want to get a too expensive suite. We can stay at a nice, I don't know, $6,000, $8,000 a night suite. You know, top. I'll tell VJ, hey, do you know any top notch luxury hotels in Los Angeles? Yeah, I know this top notch hotel in Los Angeles. We go to this hotel. I booked the suite for 2 days. We stay there for 2 days, and after those 2 days, we fly to Vancouver as I want to get out of America. We're not living in America. I want to live in what? I want to live in what? In Canada. I don't want to live in the States, obviously. I told you once, I'm going to have that talk. The first thing VJ's going to do when she meets me, she's going to ask me, Ivan, how much did you get paid? I don't know, VJ, I got paid $7 billion. My first paycheck is, I don't know, my first paycheck is $4, $5, $6, $7 billion, something like that, right? VJ's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And this first thing, I'm going to ask her, how much money do you have in your account? I'm going to ask her, oh, I don't know, Ivan, I have I have $100,000 in my bank or something like that, you know what I'm saying? The first thing is VJ's like, Ivan, are you going to share that? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to share with you.